You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am Marshall Green, and we've got a winners and losers video from the first preseason game versus the New York Jets. It was a bloodbath for the Giants, not much to celebrate, but I was able to put a three players of winners from the Giants preseason game. First off, I want to touch on the 7th round draft pick of the 2020 NFL draft, Carter Coughlin, the linebacker. He played absolutely great versus the New York Jets. He was all over the field and predominantly at inside linebacker, a position he switched to this offseason after being drafted as an edge rusher. He played 24 snaps, 4 tackles, and he had a strip sack fumble, which changed momentum in the game and let Giants fans believe there was going to be a comeback, but there wasn't. But I am all in on Carter Coughlin, and the position change to inside linebacker is paying off. This is a linebacker that is extremely fast and can cover sideline to sideline. So instead of just using him on the edge, Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator for the Giants, is going to have a heyday moving Carter Coughlin as an inside linebacker and being able to dial up blitzes and use him in all types of different packages to put pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Number 2 on my list, the wide receiver, David Sills. He had a solid performance, 3 catches for 49 yards, left some plays out on the field, but the raw athletic ability pops off the screen when you watch this guy play. His playmaking ability and his ability to stretch the field down the sideline is evident, and I am expecting big things from Sills and maybe even be able to make the 53-man Giants roster. And when you look at this New York Giants wide receiver depth chart, I have him slotted at the 6th wide receiver spot. I think the Giants are going to be able to keep 6 wide receivers, and he's going to be the guy to claim that last spot. Obviously, wide receiver 1, Kenny Golladay, dealing with a hamstring injury. He didn't play in the preseason, week 1. Sterling Shepard, same thing. He didn't play, as well as Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver 3. He didn't play as well. Only 2 New York Giants starters on offense and defense played in the first preseason game. And Darius Slayton, he did actually play, only played a couple of snaps, but he was able to get some production. But I'm just all in on David Sills. I think he's going to make this roster, and when you watch him play, his athletic ability shows why he deserves a roster spot. But I want you guys to be the judge. Go down in the comments and weigh in. Will David Sills make the 53-man roster? If you think so, go down in the comments and type Y for yes. If you're unsure, if you think the kid's going to get cut, go down in the comments and type N for no. My third winner, although he didn't play and it was the Mike Glennon show, is Daniel Jones. Simply put, because he has no competition and no reason for the Giants to ever abandon him as the Giants starter. Daniel Jones was also a winner because he didn't have to throw passes behind this New York Giants offensive line in week 1 of the preseason. This Giants offensive line struggled mightily, and Daniel Jones not having to being fled out of the pocket and run for his life is a win in my book because he is healthy and he's going to be able to play if he wants to in week 2 of the preseason versus the Cleveland Browns. But when you look at this Giants quarterback depth chart, it just leaves a lot to be desired. Obviously, Daniel Jones, he's QB1, the signal caller. Then you got Mike Glennon, and then Clayton Thorson, a guy that doesn't even deserve to be on the roster, a guy that doesn't have an NFL arm, and you saw that on display tonight versus the New York Jets. But more importantly, Daniel Jones is a winner because he is no doubt the New York Giants starter, and there's not going to be a time in this season when Mike Glennon is going to be subbed in for Daniel Jones. So everybody relax. This is Daniel Jones's team, and he is going to hopefully lead this New York Giants team to the playoffs. Although it was an unfortunate game for the Giants, really ugly to watch as a Giants fan, let me know what you guys think about this one. Who was the biggest winner from the first preseason game versus the New York Jets? If you think it was Carter Coughlin, let me know. If you think it was Daniel Jones like me because he didn't play, let me know. Just go down in the comments and get your votes in. Subscribe to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports so we can do more videos like this. The NFL season is right around the corner, and we're going to be pumping out more content than we ever have before on this channel. We're going to do more game recaps and still keep you guys updated on the latest news and rumors surrounding the New York Giants. So subscribe to New York Giants Now because more subscribers equals more videos. We did lose the game, but there was also some losers for the New York Giants. And first up was Matt PEART, the right tackle, the second-year right tackle, the former third-round draft pick out of UConn. In the first drive where Mike Glennon was kind of getting some momentum built up, he just got absolutely beat off a stunt, and he showed why he didn't start last year and was being claimed as a project tackle. He has the ability and the athleticism to play right tackle in the NFL, but this is a guy that needs to take a huge step heading into week 2 of the preseason and week 1 of the NFL season right around the corner. Simply put, the Giants' offensive line struggle. Kenny Wiggins, he got absolutely bull rushed a couple times, and it's just leaving a lot to be desired because this Giants' offensive line, it's just not all that talented, and there's a lot of hope that they will take strides this year, but I'm just unsure about it. One thing I was happy with was the way Andrew Thomas played. He looked almost like a different player than he did last year, so I'm hoping the 4th overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft will take steps forward, but I'm just not too sure about it. I'm not ready to go all in on it, but I want to know what you guys have to say about this one. How concerned are you guys about the Giants' offensive line? Coming out of tonight's game versus the New York Jets, I'm at about a 7 because we had some more injuries, and it's just not one of the most talented groups in the NFL. So go down in the comments, scale it on to 1 to 10 of how concerned you are about the Giants' starting offensive line. The second biggest loser following the preseason game versus the New York Jets, the rookie free agent signing Devontae Booker. The running back, Devontae Booker, the free agent signing from the Las Vegas Raiders. He has just left a lot to be desired. He has not impressed me at all. I haven't heard great things coming out about him in Giants training camp, but I do want to know what I do want to know is Corey Clement going to claim that running back 2 spot? He did have a fumble, Corey Clement that is, in tonight's game versus the Jets, but he showed some signs of agility that Devontae Booker just doesn't possess. A guy that can come out of the backfield and be that third down running back that Daniel Jones can check down to when Saquon Barkley's not in the game. Devontae Booker just doesn't seem like that type of back to me yet. He's someone that can dominate in between the tackles, but he hasn't shown that yet, and I'm still unsure whether Devontae Booker will be the running back 2 for this New York Giants offense. I'm currently leaning towards Corey Clement, but there's still 2 more preseason games for them to battle it out to be that RB2. The last person on my list, the 1st-round draft pick out of Florida, the playmaking wide receiver, Kadarius Toney. He didn't play in tonight's game versus the Jets because of an undisclosed injury. Reporters were wondering why Kadarius Toney wasn't on the sideline, and Joe Judge was asked about the media about that, and he had some choice words to say, but Kadarius Toney, he just needs to get out there. He started off training camp in a weird situation on the COVID list. He went through drills without a shoe on, and a lot of Giants fans are just not all in on this Kadarius Toney draft pick, and there's reasons why for that. People question his love for the game of football. He's a rapper outside of football, and that just has Giants fans in arms a little bit. But this is what Joe Judge had to say about Kadarius Toney when the media asked why he wasn't on the sideline during the Giants preseason game. Any injured player who was not able to play tonight, we were not going to put on the sideline. If he wasn't healthy enough to participate in the game, the only exception is if it's a captain. It's a different deal sometimes. He's been dealing with it for a little bit. It's something he aggravated this week. He was unable to participate tonight. We're hopeful he is able to practice this week, and that's what Giants fan needs because Toney needs these reps. He went to Florida as a quarterback, and he's only been playing wide receiver for 2 years, so he needs all these reps he can get to become a better route runner, to build up chemistry and trust with Daniel Jones. Plain and simple, Toney needs to get out there, and this Giants offense needs Kadarius Toney out there because he is a playmaker when the ball is in his hands, and he's going to take the weight off of Daniel Jones' shoulder. But I want you guys to weigh in. Go down in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'll be down there interacting with you guys. Who was the biggest loser from the first preseason game for the New York Giants? Go down and let me know what you think. If you think it was Kadarius Toney, let me know. If you think it was Devontae Booker, let me know. Just get your votes in. Go down there. I'll be interacting with you guys down in the comments.